Good morning. So I'm gonna intro this video. Thought I would just do a full day of eating. I think that's what I'm gonna attempt today. So gonna start out, I just did some fasted cardio. So today is a rest day from training, and I've been going to a spin class, but it's about 35 minutes away and we're going back to the same, so it's in Grand Rapids. My name's Rachel. I am a health coach. I am a health and physical education professor. To be decided if I'm still a competitor, but I've been an NPC bikini competitor, and I'm a mom. I've got 3 kids. I'm a wife. So that's the gist. So anyways, we live in Grand Haven, Michigan, and Grand Rapids is about 35 minutes away. So we're actually going there tonight for an event that my daughter's work is hosting. So, and then my daughter has a concert today at school. I'm meeting a friend for a walk. So I just didn't want to would essentially be going to the same place twice today. And that's like 2 hours in the car, and I just could do cardio here. So I just went and did fasted cardio. Gonna make some breakfast. So I'm gonna first saute up some zucchini. I didn't wear this for fasted cardio. I just changed, didn't shower yet, obviously. So I'm going to wait up my zucchini. I'm gonna saute up some zucchini. I'm also going to do, so the zucchini is for like a little veggie egg scramble. I'm gonna do some cream of rice for my carb, put some banana on top, some almond butter, and I will show you what the final result is. Also, when you cook cream of rice, so I like oatmeal probably better than cream of rice, but I'm actually trying to cut down on my fiber. I know that seems weird because most people are trying to increase their fiber, but I eat a lot of fruits and veggies, and if my fiber gets too high, then it causes issues. So, and most people are like that. Like your fiber, you want to keep your fiber within 5 grams. Like find a sweet spot for yourself. For women, for most women, it's about 25. So you want to kind of go between like 20 and 30, because those big fluctuations can actually wreak some havoc on your digestion. Also, if you eat too much fiber, you might see that the scale goes up the next day. So like just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but just to like note that that could be a reason. So I'm actually trying to decrease my fiber because it's been like 35, like a little bit too high for what I personally, like I love that, but it's just not great for my digestion. So I swapped out my oatmeal for cream of rice because this has 0 fiber in it. So if you make cream of rice, and you're like, it just never turns out, this is what you need to do. You need to put your cream of rice in your bowl, add your water, and I don't measure it out. Well, I measure my cream of rice, but I don't measure out the water. I just put in, like, I just eyeball it so I know, but if you want to follow the directions, you could. Microwave it for a minute, take it out. It's still going to be completely uncooked, like mostly liquid. It's not going to like start to be solid yet, or the consistency. So whisk it up. Don't just stir it with a spoon, because you want it, this is what you're doing to prevent clumps. So you're going to whisk it up, put it back in for 30 seconds, and keep doing that till it reaches the consistency, the texture that you like. And if you want to add some more water, like in between, like if you look at it and you're like, yeah, it's kind of getting like too solid, whatever consistency you want it. Don't make it too liquidy, because then the taste is just like, no. So 1 minute, whisk, 30-second intervals for probably a total of 2 to 2.5 minutes. But remember, you can add some water in between. So I'll show you how it ends up. Okay, so in process, so I did 1 minute, stirred it, 30 seconds, took it out, not stir, whisk. And then I added a little bit more water, and I'm gonna put it in for 30 more seconds, and that should be good. I'll also be taking my supplements. So right now I'm not taking a lot. I kind of like streamlined, simplified my routine. I got my egg whites in the pan. So I am taking an omega. I am taking vitamin D3. I should be taking vitamin K with this, but next time when I run out of these, and yes, it's a gummy, and yes, I track it because it does have 4 carbs in it, and I track that. And then I am taking Viviscal. It's like kind of like a hair growth supplement, I guess. My dermatologist recommended it. I just feel like my hair is just like, it's always thin. Like I don't have a ton of hair. Like it's always just been fine. And I just feel like age-related thinness is just starting to kick in. So this isn't like gonna hurt me, even if because it's essentially biotin, collagen, vitamin A, vitamin C. You know, it's things that you could take anyways. It's not gonna hurt. So, and my dermatologist recommended it. So, just been taking that, and yeah. So, going to put this back in. All right, we have like a little beach, and so we're just getting sand delivered. There's like a whole semi full of sand. And so yeah, they just rang my doorbell. I'm in the middle of cooking. I just want to say, can you come back after I finish eating? Because I'm like super hungry right now, and this is not convenient for me to turn off the burners and deal with the sand. But I was an adult and I did it. So now I'm about ready to eat, and I will show you the final product. All right, here we go. Cream of rice. Little hack for you: if you are not caramelizing your banana, you need to start doing that. And this is almond butter. I also put it in the microwave to make it more drizzly, because that's just 6 grams of almond butter, 71 grams of banana, some veggies, and egg whites. Okay, I really wasn't gonna eat another meal until after I got home from my daughter's little music performance at school, but that's gonna be like 3 hours, and it's been a couple since I ate last, so I'm just making a little snack. If you can hear, they're outside. So they delivered the sand, and now there is like a guy that's because it was like dumped out in front of the house, so now this guy's out here with like a machine, front loader, I think that's what it's called, and he is putting the sand out on the beach. So I have some frozen blueberries. They're on the bottom. So this is my little yogurt bowl. This is how I like to build it. So frozen blueberries are on the bottom, and I defrost those slightly so they're not like rock solid frozen. Some Greek yogurt, and then some granola. This is the Kind brand cinnamon granola. There's like 2/3 of a serving, so 20 grams. So yeah, granola, you gotta watch out. It's one of those things that it has a lot of calories for, you know, it's a very low volume food, meaning the amount that you get for the calories is just not fair. But this is just gonna tide me over until I get home from meeting a friend for a walk. Also, you gotta love summer, because I took a shower, didn't wash my hair, and in the summer you can just put on a hat, so hairdo, and sunglasses, makeup, you're done. So taking full advantage of that. I guess in the winter you can put like on a winter stocking cap, but then you got to take it off when you go inside. A hat, you don't, you can just wear it. I'm rocking this thing all day. All right, out to meet my friend for a walk, and because this is a full day of eating, I will show you I got a decaf iced Americano with a splash of almond milk, and I just didn't need any more caffeine today, but I wanted a little something. So that's what we got. Okay, back from the music concert. It was super cute. I'm gonna make a big salad. I am starving today. So I've got some grilled chicken that's left over from last night. I'm going to use some organic spring, or I guess this is 50-50 spinach spring mix. A little baby cucumber, chop up, a couple cherry tomatoes. Yeah, just a simple salad, but a big one because I'm hungry. And we're going to this event tonight that my daughter is, she's not hosting it, but like her work. She's a real estate agent, and they're doing like a, I don't know, company type thing that's for clients, prospective clients, you know, just kind of like a thank you. I don't know. But it's called happy hour. I think it's called happy hour at the farm. So I'm envisioning, like, I think there's music there too. So I want to save some carbs for a glass of wine. Maybe I'll talk later in this video how you can track alcohol. Because if you just put in wine in MyFitnessPal, it's not going to be using your, it might track calories, but I track macros. So you need to account for the macros in it, which alcohol is its own macro, which does not provide any nutritional value. Like alcohol is not going to, like no amount of alcohol is good for you. But if you are going to have a drink, and you are still tracking your nutrition, you want to account for it as either carbs or fats. I think carbs are preferable just because you want to make sure you're incorporating healthy fats. Like if you're gonna swap it out for like lard or butter, great. But like the fats that I eat are like healthy sources of fats, like almond butter, avocado, olive oil, things like that. So I usually swap it out for a carb, but you can do either. You can't swap it out for protein because you definitely need to hit your protein goal. So I'm eating fairly low carb right now for this meal because I'm going to allocate some carbs to a glass of wine at this little event. And then I still have 2 more meals left to eat today. So making a big salad. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh wow, I still have my fridge open. All right, here she is. Pretty basic. So that's like 3 ounces of chicken. I put like a quarter of a serving of Colby Jack cheese on there, a little bit of sugar-free barbecue sauce, pickle on the side. I added a little bit of this romaine, chopped romaine. Yeah, so I am going to chow down on that. There's also some salad dressing, so light Caesar dressing, and I am going to eat. You feeding them? Or did he get ya? Oh, they're talking to you. Where's the pregnant one?
Pregnant one is right there. Who wants to eat that? Yeah. No one wants to eat that. That's hard.
What's your name, honey?
Mine.
Yeah, your name.
Juniper.
Juniper? Oh, that's a cute name.
And there's a horsey. There's a horsey. Is that a horse? That's a cow. There's a cow. I want to pet this. I want to pet this. It's cute. Look at cow. I swear, baby. Don't let them nibble on you. Why you guys like hay? Like this little.
I All right, this is the dinner I enjoyed last night. I had a salad, I made a homemade peanut sauce, and some spiralized zucchini, some more chicken breast, avocado, and a little mocktail. And then I finished off the night with my creamy, and I had 3 thin rice cakes with peanut butter and banana and cinnamon. I added some dark cherries to my creamy. And reading this book, it's a pretty good one. I'm just going to chat quickly about how to track alcohol correctly. So, first, just a quick little disclaimer. I am not here saying that alcohol is good for you. There is no amount of alcohol that is actually beneficial. Practice it, as a I guess you have to consent to having a drink, but as an of-age adult in a safe situation where you're not going to be driving or, all those things. So I'm not here to say alcohol is good for you. Alcohol is a health promoting substance. It is not. But if you do like to have a cocktail every once in a while, such as I do, just for your information, if I have a drink, I have 1 drink. Maybe on vacation I have more, like maybe I'll have like a happy hour drink and then a drink with dinner, or a drink at lunch and then a drink at dinner, whatever. I don't have to defend myself. But I do like to have a cocktail. Like I like wine, I like whiskey, I like tequila, I like vodka. I don't drink beer, but if I want to have a drink on the weekend, I really enjoy, I just enjoy the taste of it. So this is how you do it. So if you're tracking your macros, first of all, alcohol is its own macro. It has 7 calories per gram, but we're not tracking macros of alcohol because, like I said, it provides no nutritional benefit. In fact, it can cause some detriments, right? It can hinder your sleep. Some people, if they're drinking too much, they're going to lose their inhibitions and they're going to start eating things that they might not have wanted to eat otherwise, like ordering pizzas and nachos and, all these things. Your body sees it as a toxin, so it's going to want to process that before it processes any other food, So this is not about what is the harm for alcohol when it comes to your fitness goals, because it does not do anything for you, okay? So I just want to make that blatantly clear, okay? But we're moving on beyond that, right? So given all of that, you are making an informed decision to still have a glass of wine. Okay, so if you just go into MyFitnessPal and you just search red wine, most of the time what's going to come up is it's not going to be correct. By the way, MyFitnessPal, you have to make sure that all entries of all food is correct, because users can add entries and they might not necessarily be accurate. Some person might just be interested in the calories in an item and not put the macros. So anyways, if you just search up red wine, it probably will come up as calories at best, but it's not going to come up with macros, and you need to assign a macro value to it so it counts towards your macros. Okay, so say if my macro goal for carbs was 200 and I just put in that red wine, it would count against my calories, but it's not going to actually use up any of my carbs. So I might actually still eat 200 grams worth of carbs, plus I've had that alcohol, so I'm actually going to be over my calories for the day. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense and you need more hand holding on this, please just reach out to me. So anyways, what you just end up searching in MyFitnessPal is probably not going to be accurate. what you can do, there's two things. So there are some entries in MyFitnessPal that someone has created or different individuals have created to count the alcohol. We're just going to use wine for an example as a carb or a fat. So you need to allocate either some carb macros or some fat macros to that calorie count of the wine. Not protein, because you're not gonna like use protein calories for wine. Like, oh, I'm just gonna, you just drink all day and not have any food and be like, yeah, I hit my macro targets for the day. Because you need to hit that protein goal. But carbs and fats, we could use one of those or a combination of both to account for the calories in that glass of wine. Preferably, I think carbs are best because we want to be utilizing our fats for healthy fat sources that help our hormone levels, satiety, the feeling of fullness, that's what that is. So if you're swapping like lard for red wine, that might be okay because that's saturated fat and that's not a good healthy fat. But like typically when I am talking about fats, I'm wanting people to eat olive oil, almond butter, avocado, things like that, right? Flaxseed, chia seeds, all those things. So, but you can use fats or carbs or a combination. So let's just say your average glass of red wine, a 5-ounce pour. Now, I weigh out my alcohol. If I'm making a drink at home, I weigh it out, okay? If you're at a restaurant, they might indicate like a 9-ounce pour or a 6-ounce pour of wine. Like they might indicate that. If you're getting a cocktail, first of all, if you're getting a cocktail with like liquor in it, and like say you're getting let's think of a drink, margarita. It's gonna have like the margarita mix or the sour mix in it. That has a lot of calories too. So you need to account for those, obviously, also. But if you're just getting like a tequila soda, your bartender's probably not using 1 ounce of tequila. They're probably using more like 2 ounces. So a standard shot is 1.5 ounces. So if you're watching your bartender make it, you can kind of estimate, right? So, but I'm pouring a glass of wine at home and I'm having 5 ounces. It's not a lot. Like if you're getting a glass of wine at a restaurant, that's not a lot, but that's a pretty typical serving size. So obviously different brands vary, but we're just gonna say that this glass of 5 ounces of red wine has 120 calories. I need to allocate some carbs to that, okay? So carbs have 4 calories per gram. So 120 calories is going to be, so I divide 120 by 4, that's 30 carbs. So I might be able to find an entry in MyFitnessPal that says like, sometimes I'll search up like red wine carb macros and I'm able to find an entry, or you can just put carb macros, like search that and it'll be per gram 4 calories and you just put in 30 grams and it's gonna be 120 calories. Boom, there. You've allowed for those calories from the wine to count as carbs. You could also do it as fat. Fat is 9 calories per gram. So you would take that 120 and you would divide it by 9. Okay, so it'd be the same thing. Or you could do a combination. You could do like 60 calories as carbs, 60 calories as fats. However you want to do it. All right, so that is how you track alcohol in MyFitnessPal. All right, so when I had the glass of wine last night, by the way, this is the next day, when I had that glass of wine last night, I estimated how many ounces it was. I mean, you can even ask your bartender, like, how many ounces do you pour? Like, what's your standard? Because sometimes you'll see, like, they're putting it on a scale, like, they're pretty, like, regimented about it. But I mean, you could get a big goblet of wine and it might be like 10 or 12 ounces. I mean, some of those glasses are pretty big. So you gotta just keep that in mind. So that is how you track alcohol. And yeah, so I wouldn't suggest using all your carbs and fats for a day on alcohol, but if you have enough calories in your daily targets, and you can account for a glass of wine every once in a while. I'm not saying, you know, that I do this every day, certainly not, because I would actually rather eat my calories, but if I'm going to drink, I need to account for those calories, okay? Again, it's not going to help my progress. I'm not gonna be like, yes, look how shredded I am because I drank wine last night. It is not going to assist you in anything, okay? So that's how you do it. If that was helpful, let me know. If you want any other help with nutrition, navigating your healthy fitness journey lifestyle, reach out to me. I am still taking some new clients. Summertime is a great time to get started because as a professor, I am not working as much. I still teach a summer class, but I have more time. So it is a great time to get started and start working on your fitness goals. So I hope this video gave you some ideas. By the way, the meals that I ate yesterday, I mean, I wasn't like, I'm going to plan out all these amazing meals and do a full day of eating. No, it was just like what I had at home. And actually, it was probably a little atypical because I typically wouldn't eat like chicken at lunch, and not that there's a problem with it, but I typically would do like maybe shrimp at dinner. But we were gone, you know, most of the evening, and so like I had that grilled chicken breast still left over, so I just like ate that. And same with like the veggies, like I had 2 salads. I mean, sometimes I do that a lot, but maybe the salad is made up of different things, right? And zucchini, I had that a couple times. It was just because it was easy, it's what I had on hand, and it fit my targets. And you know, it was still a good variety of nutritionally dense foods, and I got to enjoy a glass of wine. So have a great day.